Any comments about the change in location will be nuked.
Sounds like someone wants to get funky.
I've always found the concept of a musical battle to be interesting. To have two individuals or groups so proficient in the art of music that they can effectively duel each other at the drop of a hat is a very interesting concept. Most of the time when I'm watching these, I'm just sitting there in awe, thinking about how difficult these scenarios would be to pull off in real life. And more often than not, we are treated to some sort of audio-visual sensory overload, which I live for. Here, I'm counting down the top 10 greatest musical battles in all media. And that's mainly because I couldn't find 10 good video game music battles that I could talk extensively about. Now remember, these are music battles, not just battles that are music themed. There is a difference. Both sides have to be playing music, not just one. Also, keep in mind that my musical tastes are superior to yours, so if you have a problem with what I picked, shut up. Nah, I'm just kidding. Enjoy the countdown. Pitch Perfect. If you haven't seen it, I'd recommend it. It's not the most original movie, yeah, some of the plot twists will make you groan, but refreshingly, the characters are pretty interesting and it spices things up with a surprising amount of self-awareness and healthy doses of shock humor.
Boy, the bad boys of acapella have just gotten badder.
Ooh, that's right, John. I'll have to excuse myself to freshen up the downtown.
Can I help?
Good night, everybody.
But I think the movie's biggest strength is seeing a lot of these boring pop songs actually sung by good singers and cleverly transferred into a cappella, because let me tell you, that stuff takes effort. Especially when we get several right after each other in the riff-off. Yeah, I hate the name too.
Na na na, come on. Na 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 na, come on, come on, come on. 'Cause I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it.
If you can get past the silliness of the concept, this is actually a really cool scene where several a cappella groups meet with each other and, after deciding a category, try to see who can sing the longest via interrupting others on a word.
So you just pick any song that works?
Yeah.
And our next category is songs about sex.
Sex?
Yes, dear, that is a thing.
Overall, this battle just sounds really nice. Yeah, there's a pretty awkward moment where one of the characters starts rapping, but it's negligible. It's an interesting concept of a musical battle, and we're treated to some really heavenly a cappella chords, and overall, it was a fun battle to watch.
I gotta bag it up. We out.
One Man Band is the short film that was shown during the theatrical release of Cars, and honestly, the short film was 10 times as entertaining. The story centers around a peasant girl who wants to make a wish at a fountain, but is suddenly caught between two competing street musicians battling for the coin she wants to put into the fountain. Hijinks ensue. There's a ton of really cool moments in here, including the changing of genres, and unlike most musical battles, these two play at the same time while still trying to outdo each other. It's fun to watch the growing intensity of the battle as they add more and more instruments just for the sake of a coin. Which I have to wonder, how the heck did they afford all those instruments in the first place if they're so dirt poor? I mean, musical instruments are expensive. It couldn't have been cheap to... Blah, whatever, not important. The only real problem I found with this thing, like most other musical battles on this list, is that it's too short. Yeah, I know, it's a short film, that's the genre, but I'm pretty sure I speak for a lot of people when I say this could have stood to be a bit longer. Oh well, it was still a clever concept, lots of good humor, and good music. I shouldn't complain.
Hey dudes, I found a quarter!
I love this web show. Honestly, it contains some of the only rap I can tolerate. This series comes up with some pretty creative matchups and some clever lyrics for each fight.
I'll expecto my patronum on your face, you little snitch. And when I'm finished, I'll fly like it's Quidditch.
Okay, not every lyric hit bullseye. Aside from a few stinkers, the quality of these battles is about the same across the board. Several battles could have easily made the list, depending on your tastes and what you value. For me, the best battles were usually between musicians, because they would actually sing their lyrics from time to time and their iconic music would be implemented in the beat. My personal favorite is Skrillex versus Mozart.
I'm a self-made man, you're a slave to your papa. I'm a rock star, mix it with the bass and rap, yeah.
This rap battle was so great, it even got the attention of Skrillex himself, and the makers of this battle actually performed with him. What I like about rap battles is that they never play favorites, and here, shots are taken at both dubstep and classical. It makes both genres look appealing and combines the two musical styles in a really awesome sounding blend. Just listen to this background. Man, if people actually put this much freaking effort into dubstep, I would hate it less. It's unbelievable. How did this battle, which combines two genres I normally can't stand, suddenly make something awesome out of it? Well, I guess Mozart does make lesser genres of music more appealing. This one's just a personal favorite of mine. It made me laugh and was total eye and ear candy. Good enough for me.
Why don't you put down your cue bass and pick up a real ball? I rocked harder than you when I was 5 years old.
The goof-off from My Little Pony from... Come on, guys! It has Weird Al in it!
The super duper party pony, that pony is me.
Yep, Weird Al and My Little Pony. The story goes is that Weird Al plays a character who plans celebrations and wants to plan one for Rainbow Dash. The resident party planner feels threatened and outclassed and tries to out-weird him.
I challenge you to a goof-off!
That is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Anyways, the duel is about who can throw the wackier celebration, and it's honestly very entertaining.
It's your birthday party, a very special day. I've got a song, it won't take long, I just wanted to say.
The setup is just golden. We have Reality Warper Pinkie Pie versus the king of musical parody Weird Al engaged in polka combat. As usual, the animation is really top-notch, but what I really like about this is the constant escalating insanity. We go from circus acts to giant cheese wheels to live-action cuts to heavy artillery to... Spanish. I think this battle is great because it's fun and really takes advantage of the fact we have two insane characters trying to out-insane the other. Even if you don't care for the show, still give this a watch, but if I'm somehow a horrible person for daring to put this on the list, I'm thinking about branching out.
Cause I like to make you smile, yes I do. It fills my heart with sunshine all the while, yes it does. Cause all I really need is a smile from these happy friends of mine.
That's my song!
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Tenacious D versus the Devil in a rock battle, with the stakes being Jack Black's friend will be taken to hell to be Satan's bedroom toy? Sure, why not?
Hey, Antichrist, Beelzebub! We know your weakness, a rockin' sauce! We rock the Casbah and blow your mind! We will defeat you for all mankind!
Tenacious D have unwittingly resurrected the devil and had to send him back to hell via the power of music. Satan starts off with a quote-unquote masterpiece of metal, completely shocking our two protagonists. After a pep talk, Tenacious D comes back with an acoustic duet that escalates into rock opera. I am a little disappointed with the visuals because what comes to mind when you listen to this? I expected something a little more epic than just two sweaty dudes hopping around in a parking lot.
You guys are freaking lame!
Yeah, about that. Is anyone gonna be mad at me for placing the clean version of this on the list? Because I honestly think it's better. Just bear with me for a second. There are two reasons I'm picking the censored version. One, I think I would have a seizure from the times I'd have to censor the lyrics myself. Two, I think it's made vastly more entertaining by cleaning it up. This is supposed to be a comedy, and I think it's made all the funnier at the sheer effort that was made to censor the lyrics. And just listen to what they ended up saying.
Dang! Drat!
The devil watching his mouth. What, did hell freeze over or something? Come on, that's 10 times as funny, especially if you're familiar with the old version. Whatever version you prefer, you're guaranteed to have a good time. While the visuals aren't too spectacular, it's funny and the music is awesome. What else do you need from a music battle? Mostly everyone who has seen Drumline agrees it's not the most original thing in the world. It's essentially a sports flick with drummers, and there were points where it could get pretty stupid. I mean, seriously, what kind of professional organization treats their musicians like they're in the military?
I mean, the very idea is just preposterous.
But I can ignore cliches like this as long as the film has either good humor, good visuals, or good music. This one has all three, especially during the final battle where two drum corps face off in a battle of percussion. In actuality, this battle is less about the routine and more about who can perform better musical swagger and taunting. Earlier in the movie, fights broke out due to people falling for the taunts. It didn't matter in this battle who had the better runs or the better choreography. It mattered how much of an arrogant douchebag you looked and how much you could antagonize the other side. Look at how much these two corps constantly goad each other to attack them and how much it pains the other teams to resist doing anything. This was a battle of cadences, choreography, composure, and cockiness. There was a lot of creativity in the movements. It was a cool battle to watch and listen to.
Now go away or I shall taunt you a second time.
My personal favorite music game is Guitar Hero 3 for two reasons. The first being the choice of songs, and the second being the introduction of boss battles. In this game, you get to fight several legends of rock, including Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine and Slash of Guns N' Roses, and the objective is to duel the other off the stage. And at the end of the story, yes, believe it or not, this game does have a loose story, it's revealed the contract you signed was actually you signing your soul away to the devil, because, you know, record companies are evil. Then we are thrust into hell where we have a battle for everyone's souls. So yeah, metal battle with the devil. Not the most original thing, but still awesome. The tune being played is a metal rendition of Devil Went Down to Georgia, which is actually pretty clever. While a difficult song to play, it's a fun song to play, as playing the original runs on a guitar, well, a fake guitar, is a ton of fun and sounds really cool. Some of the runs are freaking insane, and all the more satisfying if you can pull them off. This battle even includes a musical victory lap if you manage to defeat Lou, just to add insult to injury, which I have actually failed on accident.
And I told you once, you son of a I'm the best as ever been. Flying on the mountain, run, boys, run. Dancing in the house, is rising sun. Chicken in the bread, I'm picking out dough. Granny's don't buy no child, no.
Now, listening to the track on its own, the track isn't that great compared to the original, and that's mainly due to the fact that it had to be reformatted for Guitar Hero 3's gameplay. Speaking of... What is it about music battles and them being mostly against the devil? Maybe it's the fact that we take a certain satisfaction from defeating a great evil with a sense of flair, maybe it's the sensory overload from the scenarios that get spawned from the concept of a Faustian conflict. Whatever the case, it usually makes for an awesome battle. The plot of Devil Went Down to Georgia is very simple. There's a fiddle battle. Johnny wins, he gets a golden fiddle. Devil wins, he gets Johnny's soul. Well, that's a stupid risk to take, because even if Johnny wins the battle and keeps his soul, he wins a golden fiddle that most likely sounds like crap and will be too unwieldy and heavy to play well. Not to mention carrying a golden fiddle around is like holding a sign saying, "Rob me." It's lose-lose all around for him, considering it's only a matter of time before he's mugged and killed for that giant slab of gold he has on him. So, even if the devil lost, he still comes out on top in the end.
Holy shit!
At any rate, the two duke it out and the devil is overwhelmed by the power of traditional American folk songs.
America, yeah!
There have been dozens of renditions of the song, parodies, covers, and as you've probably witnessed, animations. My personal favorite rendition of the song comes from Charlie Daniels' Essential Super Hits album, because it sounds something like this. This is just a really great song, and it's easy to see why it's had such an impact. If you haven't heard this song already, I really have to wonder what rock you've been living under. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World has several music battles in it, and while they were all great sounding, visually interesting, and funny to watch, their biggest strength was in their musical spectacle. Each one of these battles throws zany and flashy special effects that perfectly complement the scenario happening. The only downside to them was they were pretty short. Yeah, I know I keep complaining about that, but these would be so much better if they were longer. At any rate, number 2 on the list belongs to the Katayanagi twins battle. So here we have keyboard synth versus alternative rock, and the keyboard synth is kicking Scott's ass because the keyboards summon giant shockwaves and giant snow dragons. But after extreme jealousy and a Flash Gordon reference, Sex Bomb eventually picks themselves back up and unleashes their secret weapon. Woohoo! Holy crap! Electric King Kong versus 2 Phantom Shenrons. If you don't think that's awesome, you're entitled to your opinion, but it's still wrong! This is such an interesting concept. Music spawning an ethereal creature, and how you play your music manipulates how well the creature performs. This battle gets most of its points for its creativity. It's definitely the most unique battle on this list, but number 1 just happens to be a little more awesome sounding. Here we are at number 1. This music battle combines the music of the Lou battle, the escalating insanity and randomness of the goof-off, and the awesomely ridiculous visuals of the Katayanagi twins battle. Ladies and gentlemen, the Squiskar vs. Toki duel from the Doomstar Requiem. On a scale of 1 to metal, this battle is freaking Adamantium! This duel is actually a flashback to how one of the guitarists, Toki, first joined the metal band Deathclock. Deathclock has been having no luck finding a decent second fiddle, considering Squiskar likes to deliver ultra combos via metal opera. Toki arrives and asks for a chance to audition. They oblige, and the greatest musical duel of all time begins. The song quickly descends into utter absurdity with Metal Centaur versus Metal Siren. This battle includes beam struggles, light shows, sky battles, and Baroque duets complete with raised pinkies.
Okay.
The riffs and runs on this track are insane and perfectly harmonized, which is a very difficult thing to do. And this was all composed by 2 guys. 2 guys made this music! That is freaking impressive. The animation is also incredible, giving us pure animated bliss in the form of metal influencing the weather! At the end, Toki screws up, and it seems he didn't pass the audition. However, Squiskar calls him back, saying that no one has been able to keep up with him for so long, and lets Toki join.
Yeah, he better get in! That was awesome!
I cannot think of any other battle that deserves number 1. The visuals are breathtaking. The metal is magnificent. The scenario is awesomely ridiculous. It's the greatest music battle ever made, hands down.
I'm the Fire Joker, and long live metal! Wait, play that again? Holy shit, that's My Little Pony.
Cut!
Adamantium!